Hi guys, welcome back. If it's your first time here, guys, you're welcome. But if you're a returning subscriber, welcome to my channel, or would I say welcome to my space. This is Talk with Tessy OJ, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Ooh, how have you been? So we had an episode last week. We're talking about my moving from Nigeria to the UK. And like I said before, due to how long and how interesting the topic is, I decided to turn the topic into series. So we're going to have like 3 to 4 episodes. And today we're going to talk about the second part of this. The second part of me moving from Nigeria to the UK. And last week's episode was so interesting because I was talking about how I had a dream from when I was in my JS3. I had a dream I was coming to the UK, and how it took so many years before the dream came to pass. And from there, how I now moved to the UK. How I went to Oxbridge, got admission, and came to the UK. And that's where I stopped. And we're going to continue from there in this episode. So this episode is mostly going to be about my arrival in the UK up until when I went for my placement year. So yeah, I did my undergraduate in the UK, and I studied business management and administration. And it was very challenging. Yes, I would say. But not as challenging as I was thinking it would be, right? But yes, moving from Nigeria to the UK was quite challenging because number one, I had issues with being able to settle. Yes, I also, it took a few months for me to finally get used to the place, make friends, and get close to people and understand how the system works as well. So yes, I'll start from when I got to my accommodation. Guys, so I got to this accommodation. It's called Stotts Hall Student Accommodation. And this was me moving from where I lived with my parents straight to being just me, just Tessy. So it was a bit challenging. I came the first time. So I wasn't understanding what the people were saying. So when I speak to them, they'll just respond, "Oh, you're fine." I'm like, God, how long is it going to take before I start understanding what these people are saying? But yeah, I got my key, moved into my accommodation, checked a few things out. I checked out the kitchen, the toilet, and everything. So, village girl. The village girl in me came to play the day I had my first lecture. My dear, I went into the bathroom early in the morning. It was freezing cold because I came in October and the weather had really changed. It was the peak of winter at that time. It was so cold. So I got into the bathroom to have a shower and, rush out to school. I looked at the bathroom. Everything was different. The kind of shower we had in my house in Nigeria was different from the one I saw here. So, but I think I had an idea because once you've used a shower, you would have idea on how to manipulate, one or two things. I had an idea on what to do. So I started turning everything. I turned the shower. I turned the thing. My dear, the only thing I was having was freezing cold water. Hey, God of mercy. Freezing cold water. What was I going to do now? I did not know anybody. Who do I speak to? Well, and it was so early. The accommodation management, they had not opened. So I needed to have a shower because I needed to catch my bus and leave for uni. So I didn't know what to do. I had to bath cold water. Hey, Mugbe. I had to bath cold water. I was doing this. I'll carry the soap. I'll rub on my body. I was shivering, but I had to do it though, cause coming from Nigeria, you know how it is. We are used to having our shower every morning. So if you leave the house without a shower, even when you're not smelling, you'll be feeling like you're smelling. So I needed that shower. Hey God. So I managed, and I had a shower. Now, move to what I would eat. I didn't have a pot. I didn't have any food stuff. I didn't know what to do. The only store that was around was the corner store in the reception area. So I walked down there. I looked at everything. The only bread that was left there was the bread that had grains in it. And me, I've never tried that kind of bread before. I was like, God, is this how somebody will come and die of hunger in this place? Is this how somebody will just come and die of hunger in this place? Who sent me? So, and I didn't even know how to use their money. I know I had 50 pounds notes. I had 20 pounds. I think 20 pounds was the smallest currency. Then instead of going with 20 pounds, I went with 50 pounds. Because I was thinking, maybe this 50 pounds is like our 15 naira in Nigeria. Let me just go with 15 naira before I'll come and fold my hands. I will now go there with 20 pounds and I will not be able to buy anything. So I went to store with 50 pounds. When I got there, they were like, do you have any other smaller currency? Any smaller amount? I said, no, this is all I have. So I took bread, the bread with grains. I took a bottled water. I didn't know this water. I think it's called, is it sparkling water? Something like that. The water, they slap. When you drink the water, it's like you're drinking acid. I didn't know. I did not know. I just saw that it was bottled water. I carry one bread. I helped. Carry my water. I helped. Went to the counter. I gave 50 pounds. The lady was just doing her face. This money is too big. I know. Me, I didn't understand what was going on. All I know is she gave me, when she brought out the money, she gave me another 20 pounds again. I'm like, but I have 20 pounds in the house. She had given me it. Okay, she just gave me 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, and then she added some coins. I was now counting the coins. God, in Nigeria, we have stopped using 50 kobo, one naira. We've stopped using all these coins. These people are using coins. I say, okay, Berry. I took the bread. I went to the house. My dear darlings, I was struggling to eat this bread. I'll put the whole bread in my mouth. Then, to make what matters worse, the water was tasting like acid. I'll now put the bread in the mouth, close my eyes, put the water, and do. I put the bread in my mouth, put the water, and do. So I was just gulping everything in because I needed to eat something. Man, the day I came, I didn't eat anything except the things I ate on the flight because I didn't know where to get food. And this now is day 2. I can't cope. Berry, I cannot cope. So I managed to go for lectures. When I got to school, to find my lecture hall was a problem. But God helped me. I met a Nigerian lady. When I met her, because she looked Nigerian. Yeah, she looked Nigerian. She was dark in complexion, but not just because she was dark in complexion. I could really tell that she's Nigerian because she just looked Nigerian. So I walked up to her and I greeted her, and then I showed her the paper. I said, please, I'm looking for this lecture hall. She looked at me. She was like, it's somewhere there. Do you know this lady didn't take me to the place? But what happened? She was also going for the same lecture. Some people have attitude problem. Some people, attitude will not wound us. You are going for the same lecture. Why can't you just say, oh, I'm going for the same lecture. Okay, we can go together. Or, you know, something. Just say something. Don't make it seem like I committed a crime coming to ask you. There are so many other people there. Me, I for just cuckoo respect myself. Ask Oyibo. Say, I beg. See where I did go. She just, the black girl just, I said, okay. Oh. I followed the direction. When I got there, I couldn't really trace the place. There was a reception in the business school. So I just went to the reception. I showed the paper to them and they directed me properly. Then I had my first lecture and then I came back home. When I got home, as God will have it, as on entering, I saw a black guy. He happened to be my housemate. He lives just a room after mine. So I spoke with him. He was so lovely. He put me through everything. He told me how I don't need to be paying £1 every day. I'm going to school. I just need to buy the bus pass and all that. He showed me everything. He told me all that I needed to know. And then I told him about my feeding, that I had issues with that. So the guy helped me. He gave me his pot to use in the meantime, and then he had noodles at home. He was like, you know what, just manage these noodles for now, and I can get you some things when I'm going to town, since you don't know anywhere in town. I said, oh, thank you very much. And he was so nice. He was a blessing. Then I opened up to him. I told him about the shower. The shower. He was like, how did you have your shower in the morning? I said, my dear, I don't know. This is how I did it. And he laughed. And then I told him my heating wasn't working as well. Then he tried to sort out the heating. Lo and behold, for the heater, it wasn't me. It was actually from the management. They didn't sort it out from the office. So he told me, you know what, just go to the reception, tell the guys there that this is what's happening. I went there, they sorted out my heating and all. So this guy was just a blessing. He was just a godsend to me at that time. So fast forward to when it started snowing. Now I got familiar with the environment. I made a few friends, and you know, I was familiar with my lecture halls, the timetable. I was getting used to the place. I already know how town works. I've already started getting used to their money, because that's very important. The money is very important. I already started getting used to the money, and then it started snowing. So this particular day, it snowed so much at night, but in the morning, everything subsided. The roads were clear, and you know, we all left for uni. Some people left, some didn't go. I had a lecture that morning, so I went. When I got there, because I had not known how to use the whole weather forecasting, the whole how to predict the weather, all those maps, I had not known how to use it yet. So when I got to the lecture hall, some students were there, and then they now checked. I think we checked our uni mail, and we realized that our lecturer had sent an email and said she'll be unable to come in, that she wasn't going to come in for the lecture because of the weather. I know. I felt disappointed. So when I stepped out, I realized that it was now snowing heavily, so heavy that cars stopped moving, buses stopped moving, and I didn't have any way of going home. I don't know anybody in town. So where was I going to sleep that night? I waited for so long, up until around 5. And my accommodation, Stores Hall, is, if you have to walk it, is almost 2 hours from where the university is. I waited with a few friends, a few guys. They were not really my friends. They were just people I knew were in the same lecture, the same course, and they also lived in the student accommodation. So I waited around with them to see what they were going to do, you know. I realized all of them were not planning to walk it. Ask them, how are you going to do it? They say we're going to walk it. It's just 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours. 2, 1, 2. 2 hours. We started walking. I followed them anywhere, any route they take, I'll just go with them. They were playing on the snow. It was so cold. It was freezing. But you know, when you're in the snow, right? When you're walking it, because you're walking so fast, you know, you wouldn't really feel it. Although sometimes your legs just get numb and all that, but you would not really feel it that much until when you're settled. So I walked it. God, I walked 2 hours in the snow. When I got home, I was freezing. Do you know, I took ill for a week plus. I was so ill. I couldn't believe it myself. So that was the episode for that Christmas period. I did not risk it again. I started learning how to, you know, view the weather, check all those things before I leave the house. If I see that I don't understand what is happening, my dear, I'm not going. I'll sit at home. So Christmas time, I went to Manchester to my auntie's place, spent the Christmas, and then the next year I came back. So school continued, and soon I finished my second year. I was to go for placements. I applied for so many positions. I applied to so many companies as well, but I wasn't getting any in the UK. All they wanted was a little bit of experience. How can I get experience when I've been in school? Some employers, I don't understand. I don't get it. A bit of experience this, experience that. You know, I did so well. I tried with my applications, with my CV and everything. It sounded so nice, so professional. Although I was just in my second year, it sounded so good that I got a lot of interviews. Yeah, I did. But when they got back to me all the time after the interview, all they would tell me is, you haven't got any experience. We need someone who has a little bit of experience in this area. And I'm like, but it's just a placement. And that's why I'm going for the placement, because I need that experience. Oh, I'm afraid, sorry. We had other placement students who have had a bit of experience. Man. Do you know, at some point I started asking myself, why didn't I just tell these people that I've got experience? Like, seriously. But it wasn't worth it, because you haven't done it. So there's no need. Lo and behold, I was told you can do international placements. So you can travel to any part of the world to do your placements and all. I gave it a trial. I gave Nigeria a trial. I sent in my application to Tourism Bureau in Cross River State. And the boss there at that time got back to me. Oh, that he would be happy to have me and all. So I submitted it to my placement unit in uni, and boom, they signed me off, and I traveled to Nigeria for my 1-year placement, and it was an interesting stay in Nigeria. To be honest, I felt like, I haven't been to Nigeria for a long time, because for 2 years I had not been to Nigeria, and now I'm back to stay for almost a year. It was definitely going to be fun. And yes, so guys, if you had stayed from the beginning of this video, enjoying this gist, from the beginning of the video up till now, and you haven't subscribed, guys, why? Like, why now? Please just click that button. It's free. Okay, support your girl. So I would just like to end this episode here, and thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope to see you some other time. Please do not fail to subscribe, like, comment, share, everything. I love you guys, and God bless you.